Ahoy! So today we're taking a look at some footage from a match I played the other day, and we're going to take a look at the mistakes, what went well, what went badly, and try and make a learning experience from this. So we're on Stillwater Bayou. This is duos and singles only, and I've got a Romero hand cannon and a Winchester Vandal. My partner's got a Rival with slugs and a Nagant officer. Okay, let's get this going.
Romero.
Now, ideally, when going into your first compound, you want to check your spawns left, right, north, south, east, west, whatever it happens to be. And we're not doing that here, so that's a bit of a mistake. And now we start setting off all the noise traps as well, which is also a big mistake. So any team nearby knows we're here. Basically, any team on the map at this point knows we're here. I had a daily mission to kill some meatheads, so that's what's going on. Okay, we'll skip ahead a little bit. But basically, when you're going into the first compound, you really want to be wary of a spawn fight. If there's a team the next spawn over, it's really easy to run into them and get a start a fight right at the beginning of the match. And if you're making a lot of noise, you're telling anyone nearby that you're there, and that is what's going on. So we easily could have gotten ambushed here. It goes fine for us because we didn't have any other teams nearby, but just for future reference. Okay. Right, we have the first clue, and we're moving on to the next compound. Stop by, get some ammo, supplies. Now running up the road like this leaves you kind of exposed. It's better to just run a little bit left or a little bit right, have some concealment, just so you're not so visible. Alright, first hunters. So you can peek through the cracks in fences and walls and doors and so on, which is what I think this guy is doing here, and that's actually what I'm doing with the fence.
They were waiting for us because they heard us. No, scrap beaks there.
I'm just making noise here, being a troll. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of drama here, as you'll see. Okay, so this guy's shooting at me. I'm starting to think, man, he must have really good ears. Gets one hit on me, gets the two tap, and I go down.
Shooting at you. Okay. Wasn't sure what's happening. Do you know where he is?
Okay, so right here my partner asks where he is. It's always important to communicate with your teammates, obviously, one would think, but anyways, I tell her that she's looking right at him. My audio was not working during the recording of this, but during the recording of the game, but I am in voice chat and telling her that he's in the building that she's looking at.
Okay, then I think I have to run around. Silently.
Okay, she checks to see if anyone's peeking, if anyone's watching. And she's trying to rotate over to come from a different angle. And she's double checking this spot, making sure no one's watching this angle before she runs up and is out of cover. she avoids the horse and gets up to the building. Alright, and at this point we hear Scrapbeak. We know he's here. And he's fighting someone else, so that's the second person. Okay, so right here, I like the mouse movement. You want to keep your sights or your crosshair right on the edge that you're peeking as you come around it, so as soon as you meet someone, your sights are already on them. The crouch peeking is not really a good idea. You see a lot of new players do this where they'll crouch down and they'll slowly go around the corner, and it's really not optimal. The problem is when you're crouching, your character, their model is a little bit wider and they're moving slower, so some part of the character model will stick out on either side before you're able to see around the corner from your player camera. So if anyone's watching that angle, they'll always see you first if you crouch peek. So it's not a great idea to do it. If you got to peek, just peek normally, and then if you get shot at, you can jump back faster, and if you go out quickly, then you see the enemy at the same time they see you, hopefully. She's looking for the second guy.
Isn't that building, right?
Double checking with me that that's where he was, and I tell her yes, that's where he was. So we know there's one fighting Scrapbeak right now. We don't know if the other guy moved or if he's still in that building. We haven't heard him, haven't seen him. So that's who she's looking out for now. Okay, so there's a little bit of indecisiveness here from my partner. It happens. My advice to new players would be, don't be scared. Be ready for fights, or be prepared for fights. Mentally, at least. You know, it's going to happen. You're going to lose some, you're going to win some, but that's part of the game, and that's how you get better. The game is very tense, and that's part of what makes it so great, is it's both terrifying and terrific. But I digress. Okay, checking for that second player again. Checking more angles. Yeah, at this point, Scrapbeak is making a lot of noise. We haven't seen that second player. We know there's at least one fighting Scrapbeak. With all the noise that Scrapbeak is making, honestly, you can just, if you just walk, you can go up to the boss compound rather stealthily, just because all that noise is going to cover what little noise you're making. So as long as you don't set off any sound traps, or shoot or do anything like that, you can move up rather stealthily under the cover of the noise from the boss. Okay, she opens the door, moves in, checks the barrel for traps. Good move.
He's talking to me.
Yeah, and that second player is now, well, the first player, the first one that shot at us, he's now talking to my partner here. And there's a little bit more to this story than we at first thought.
Oh, he was telling me he has this bug and he sees me.
Yep. So, at the time of recording, the latest patch introduced a bug to the game where basically the buildings and the walls will not render in, and it looks something like this. So we have the piano, we have the lanterns, we have some zombies, we have players, we have doors, ladders, ammo boxes, traits, etc. But the buildings themselves don't render in. So at the time of recording, this is a relevant bug that's present in the game. It happens from time to time, especially early on. Sometimes it fixes itself and sometimes not. I've had it where it is just for a minute or two and then the buildings pop in, but sometimes it's for much longer. So this player is informing us that he's experiencing this bug, and that's how he was able to see me and shoot me earlier, and he's been watching my teammate this whole time. So good on him to let us know. It's sportsmanly of him to say that he's experiencing the bug and not take advantage of it too badly.
You said I should extract. Oh.
Yeah, at this point I ask her to ask him if he will let her get a res off, because honestly I want to keep my hunter. It's risky, but diplomacy is a thing in this game, so it's worth asking. Okay, no more communication with this guy, but he does let us get the res off, and we just head out. Okay, so a little bit of weirdness there,
I don't know
but
why he's doing this.
that happens.
I mean, no, I mean, if he wants to play fair, that's nice, but he... Because you were shooting at him, or what? Okay.
Dogs are the worst in this game, as anyone who's played it longer than 2 minutes knows.
Maybe he was saying he's going to extract. Maybe he said he's going to extract. I don't know. I didn't understand.
Yeah, we're still talking about the drama at the last compound. Okay, we move into this next compound. We don't really hear anything. We don't check too much in corners or anything, or anybody waiting around.
Yeah, I realized the
We just take the clues.
So that's why he was able to shoot you through the cracks. I was wondering. Because it didn't sound to me like there are such holes by default. Like you shouldn't have such advantage. If you have cracks, they are big enough so you can as well. Okay, let's go for the...
Okay, right now I'm looking for supplies, I'm looking for meds especially, and I'm looking for a weapon to fight the butcher with. An axe, shovel, something like this, so I don't have to shoot him.
Yeah.
Got my meds, still looking for a weapon.
I put a sticky bomb on him.
My partner stickies him, so that makes a lot of noise. Basically anyone with their ears open knows that we're here now. But it's expedient, so at least we're going to take this guy out quickly. Got my axe, and I'm going down. My partner takes a shot at him. Why not? She already made a lot of noise. Okay, that's the butcher down. Get my health bar back, and there we go. Start setting up the defense.
Nothing happened. first.
This is not a great trap. We'll see some better traps in a little bit. This is really not a good trap. It's very obvious. It's right by the entrance. It's a big red circle on the ground. Basically anyone would see this. But I wanted to put it down quickly and keep moving, so I just threw it down and went back down.
From here. Here.
Alright, this is a much better trap. It's behind the door, so it's not immediately visible. Anyone rushing through the door is going to hit it. Anyone going slowly through the door has to disarm it, which will play a noise, which gives us a warning that someone's there and someone disarmed the trap. There is a trait which lets you disarm traps silently, but still it would slow them down a little bit. And probably it's going to make a lot of noise. But generally you want to put your traps somewhere where they're actually surprising or impeding, or they actually do some job of area denial, as opposed to just being obvious. Additionally, I'd like to mention that defending from down in the basement here in the crematorium is probably not the best idea. We have shotguns, so it's a good environment for the weapons that we have, but the ground level is also a good environment for it. There's lots of cover. We can move in and out, take short-range engagements, and from the ground level we can better control teams approaching the compound, whereas down here you don't control anything until they're at the door. And generally on most compounds it's not always a good idea to just sit inside the boss lair while you're vanishing. Anyways, I try and find a better spot for this trap, a better devious little home for it. And educational moment, you cannot put a trap there, so I opt to put it in the grass. So this is much better. You generally want to put the trap somewhere where it's not going to be seen, so that way people actually walk onto it. So there I'm trying to deny that little piece of concealment from any other hunters. So if they try to hide in the bush, boom, trap there, and they don't see it immediately because of the grass.
We go blanket.
We're discussing where we want to extract at. And it's generally a good idea to have a plan where you want to go afterwards. Okay, I wait and let my teammate scan. Don't want to waste 2 seconds when we only need 1, which sometimes happens if everyone immediately scans. Basic stuff, just, you know, alternate who's scanning, that way you can save the seconds. Try and use them wisely. And I go for another meathead. And this is pretty stupid. Again, we're making a lot of noise. We haven't really checked to see if anyone's around.
Okay, two hunters from
Okay,
340.
partner uses dark sight. We spot 2 hunters coming in, and we get ready.
Yeah, probably coming across the water now.
Yeah, and out here, this is a much better environment for defending. We can rotate, we can move around. There's much more options here. We can retreat if we need to. We're not trapped down below.
315, 345. Not too close. Like,
You always want to leave your options open in a fight when you can.
well. I'm not
Okay,
sure
here I
if they
see the
can
door.
us,
It's blocked.
what weapons they have.
I'm thinking about knocking it down because I want to be able to rotate through it.
Put away.
Still looking out for those hunters. Thinking about knocking it down. I decide no. Okay, I need to look out for hunters instead. Let my partner know there's some supplies.
Is the two?
I get rid of the trap, frankly because I don't want my partner walking over it if we're going to defend out here. Usually it's better to just tell your teammates where your traps are, and that way they can avoid it themselves, and you can trust them to not hit it. But just my logic in this case is, okay, it's just the one trap, I'll just smash it and leave it. And at this point I'm getting impatient. And you'll see there's a hunter right there. And I had no idea he was there during the game. So, bad on me for being unobservant and just not seeing this guy, and really bad on this guy for not taking advantage of the fact that I'm standing right in front of him, and he has a free kill. So, boo to both of us. So, some really bad play here. But my logic here was I just want to create a lot of noise and instigate this fight. So that's why I ran out and started shooting. Alright, there we go. Now I see him. Let's back that up.
You see them? Right.
And right here, I have an oh shit moment, because this is where I finally spot the hunter. I see his boots sitting there on the ground. And I am in the middle of reloading, I am out of cover, and I am freaking out at this moment. And you see me jump out of the way. Okay, here, just checking really quickly to make sure that those are zombies and not hunters, so that's why I look at them. Okay, so good rule of thumb is don't re-peek, but here I was back in cover. This guy hadn't taken any shots at me, hadn't moved, he's still crouched down in the bush, so I'm thinking either he thinks that I don't see him, or he's not very confident with his aim, or both. But anyways, I peek, take the shot, miss the headshot, but I get the body shot on him. So he still hasn't shot, still playing really passive, still crouched, so I just duck into cover during the cycling animation, and then jump back out, take the second shot, take him out. Easy kill there.
Yeah, the one is here. Oh no! Jeez.
And my partner falls down the elevator shaft. A little bit of comedy there. So we're laughing about
There's
that.
no elevator. Yeah.
I burn this guy. This is generally considered bad manners in the hunt community to insta-burn, but at this point, if you don't bring chokes, then honestly you deserve to get burned. It's in the game. If it was not meant to be played that way, then they'd remove it. But, oh well. Honestly, the barrels were just making me nervous, so I decided to get rid of them while my partner's away from there. Okay, so here I get the zombies' attention, and then wait for them to come around and into the cover that I'm in, so that way I don't have to expose myself to clear these mobs.
From here?
My partner hears something else. Alright. Takes out another hunter.
Another one. There's. Where am I? Okay, different.
Okay, so the good play here was my partner watched the left side, I watched the right side, so no matter which way this guy went, he had to walk into a shotgun, and if necessary, we could rush him together. So that's the way you want to play it.
Coming from here?
Nice. Nice. This is a different. There's two duos here. Nice.
Okay, we still got one. Okay, we still got one that just threw the choke bomb.
Don't stand when you're looting, it's better to crouch down because of the way that the head movement works in a crouching animation. It moves more, so you're harder to hit while you're crouched. While you're crouched and looting, just your head moves more if you do the spin. Okay, I see another hunter. We both trade. Well, we don't trade, but we trade shots. We both heal up, she runs off. I reload.
Oh, there's two again.
And during that fight, she had rezzed her teammate, who my partner downs. And at this moment, I'm very confused. So I did not realize that my teammate had downed this hunter. I thought someone else had. So that's bad on me for not realizing what was going on, but also highlights the importance of communication. If you down somebody, you can say, okay, I downed somebody, okay, I tagged somebody, whatever it happens to be. Or, oh, I heard someone die. I didn't kill them, I heard someone die. So there's obviously two different teams you can get from that information. So my partner could have told me that she had killed him, or I could have asked, but instead I am confused and thinking that there's another hunter here besides the two we're fighting now.
There's a white shirt sitting in the bushes with a Romero. She's black girl, white shirt, cowboy hat.
There's two again.
Yep. Yeah, there's like two duos. Yeah, red shirt down here.
The other was somewhere close. No? Oh no.
Okay, so a little bit of indecisiveness here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to throw the dynamite or the bees, and I kind of dance around a little bit out of cover while I'm switching, so that's a bad move on me. I should just go into cover, select the nade I want to use, and then go for the throw. And here, I could have cooked it, but again, I had been standing around in the open, so I just wanted to toss it and get back into cover. And again, I'm confused because I tossed a nade, got no hits, heard no one run away, and I think that there's another hunter, so now I do a scan. Okay, so there's only the one hunter. And now I'm up to speed.
I'm gonna use the frag grenade.
Now it's my partner's turn to be a little confused, and she almost kills me with the frag nade because she thought the other hunter was closer. But it's alright. I am close enough to cover that I can jump back into it, and we're fine. We laugh it off.
Got you well.
Yeah, I tell her she almost killed me. Okay, so we're looking for this last hunter. I'm jumping around, seeing if I can see a little cowboy hat out in the bush. Do another scan. I do that quick 360 just to make sure we're not getting snuck up on from another angle. We still just have this one hunter.
Yeah. I mean, that's successful.
Okay, taking the opportunity to loot and burn.
I also got a flash. It's just one.
Yeah, when you loot a body, you get a second of the dark sight time. So we're looting these guys for the seconds and burning them to deny supplies to any enemy hunters.
But I think these two were together.
Okay, this is a better loot. You want to crouch down, and this guy's also behind cover, so this is much better way to loot.
More here now.
Also, if the enemy has a gun with the same ammo type as yours, you can swap it with theirs and then take yours back to get the ammo from them. Little tip.
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay,
But I
checking
don't
to make
have
sure
a-
red shirt's still there.
I picked two. Put him on fire.
Looking around for more lanterns.
I think it's behind that bomb. You got fire?
Okay, I check to see where that hunter is. She's still over there. She's playing really passive, so I climb up here. I had avoided going up here previously because it's kind of exposed. But she's playing really passive. I feel safe going up here. Open that up for the rotate. And, okay, I just do a little parkour, jump down on this guy, burn him.
I got some. Probably watching the body.
Okay, and with her partner burning, this hunter is still not pushing, so we gotta go after her.
Bullets.
My partner's saying she's low on ammo, letting me know. Okay, I spot her. I see she's still there. Now I start asking my partner to push with me. Get the flashbang. Go for the flash. Get the hit. And now it's time to push. Push, 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 push.
Nice. The slag ammo is really good.
Yeah, 345. Let's rush him. Just go push him. Yeah, flashed. Nice.
Nice. Slag ammo is really good. You don't
There, and that's a textbook push. You want to push together. So, in these situations when you're, well, in the situation of the enemy hunter, if you're the last one alive and you have to clutch, you want to create multiple 1v1 scenarios. So you want to take one 1v1 fight, win that 1v1 fight, move on to another 1v1 fight, win that 1v1 fight, and so on until you've defeated all the enemies that are there. So you want to, you don't want to fight the whole enemy team at once, you want to fight them one at a time. That way it's always a fair fight, and if you can win fair fights, 1v1s, then you can beat a team of 2, a team of 3, 2 teams of 3, 3 teams of 3, whatever it happens to be, as long as you can keep winning those 1v1s. So you want to, in a clutch situation, you want to turn it into 1v1 fights. And the reverse of that, if you're the team that has the advantage of numbers, then you want to use that numbers advantage. You want to push together, you want to move together, you want to deny that solo player the ability to take 1v1 fights. And that's exactly what we did here. So we pushed together, and even if I had died there, my partner would have been able to get the kill, so we would have traded, essentially. So if that hunter had gotten the shot on me, she had a Romero, so she would have been reloading, and my partner would have been able to kill her there. And that's the advantage of using that 2v1 situation.
Have to be so close. And she got. Oh no, yeah, just Romero. Oh.
All right,
So we
looted
got
for the
4.
second. Clear some off.
I think the guy that just left with a bounty was actually the one that killed you.
And we burn her so that other hunters can't loot.
So let's go Cyprus then.
And the team with the bug from earlier in the match
Finally.
extracted from Cyprus,
Okay, I gotta
which is
use
where we
the
spawned in,
shotgun.
so we can just go back to the extract there and leave.
I just couldn't hit anyone. I couldn't hit anyone, and with the shotgun it's easier. So. Did we kill that meat boy in the end?
Yes, we did kill the meat
We
boy.
did not, right? Yeah?
One last little tip, you can use choke bombs to instantly kill immolators. However, getting them to run into the choke cloud is a little bit of a different, but as you can see, instant kills them. You can also use poison bullets from pistols, rifles, etc. to take them out instantly. Okay, let's skip ahead here, and there we go. We get to the extract and we're able to leave safely. Now, we just kind of ran to the extract and went for it. There's always the possibility that someone's camping extract, and I have a second left in Darkside, so I could use that to check, but it ends up not being necessary in this game. But something to note in the future. Alright. So, thank you for watching, and I hope this was educational. Ahoy!
Finally.